So yeah.
Yeah, I know Future be making he shot you out a lot too, right?
Yeah, Future good people. Good people. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's this stuff, man. I never knew that. Like I said, nobody was talking about what I was talking about. Everybody was trying to act like we didn't exist, like the regular niggas on the street. Right. You seen all of this, you know. I seen G's, I seen Gucci, I seen all these people. I remember. I tell people that somebody asked me the other day, "What's the first concert you went to?" And that T.I. dropped that dope boys in the trap, nigga, a thug nigga, drug nigga. And I'm young, like, man, I remember we snuck in the warehouse. I don't know if y'all remember the warehouse. Yeah. We snuck in the warehouse so we could see this man perform this song, man. Like, I felt like, but that was powerful.
But you used to rap like that too, though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
you changed your style.
I was a fan. Like I'm still a fan, like of music, good music. But I felt like when I heard that, I felt like, man, I can talk about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, and like I said, man, watching your whole family on these drugs all day, every day. I come home from school, you know, you see straight shooters, you see this, you see that. My mama sold Brillo, my mama sold all of this stuff. So I'm watching my community be destroyed by the same stuff. But I felt like my uncle can only buy so much crack. You see what I'm saying? But I smoke ounces of weed. You feel what I'm saying? So am I geeked up too? You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And so I turned that negative into what I thought was a positive at the time, and to see that being used the way I meant for it to be used in every song that come out right now, like the way I meant for it to be used. Not, oh, I'm hyped up, geeked up. Like, nah, nigga, I'm high as a motherfucker right now. You know what I mean? That type of geeked up. You know, I felt like they was ignoring, you know, that part of the streets. And I wasn't glorifying it at the time. I was just basically, we here. We out here too.
You had another song that you talked about it earlier that it was probably 15 years too soon, because it would be the biggest song on TikTok if this nigga put this out right now. That motherfucking tatted up. Yeah. I remember I hit on the scratch off at the I worked at the City of Decatur. I hit on the scratch. I hit 500 on the scratch off. Nigga. I don't play lotto. I play scratch. I hit on that bitch. I went straight down and got down County Road. I got me a couple tattoos. Yeah. Just because I'm like, nigga, we finna go. Me and my partner said, I'm like, nigga, we finna go to the club. I'm finna show these bitches my tattoos tonight. I'm finna show the shit wasn't shit with peel and all that shit. Fuck that. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm finna show these motherfuckers what's going on tonight. But talk about like sometimes being ahead of your time. Cause can you imagine all these niggas with tattoos right now? How big that song would be right now if it was just fresh and brand new right now.
They still owe me a Grammy for that song right there.
That song won a Grammy?
Nah, they still owe me a Grammy. Just play the last 30 seconds and you put it up against any song that came before that, any song that came afterwards, and they still owe me a Grammy. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody
when you going
ain't
to fuck
nobody
off?
Never did that on a song, bro. Ever.
Right.
But
you talking about when you did the run?
Yeah. But shout out to Alliance, man. They had somebody hit me up one night. I was out or whatever, and they was like, "We got the group at the studio or whatever." You know what I mean? Why don't you come over here and check them out or whatever? I think they got a song that you know you might.
They was
get
teenagers, wasn't?
Yeah.
They was young.
I'm trying to get that check. You know, like, how much money got? You know, that's the first thing came out of my mouth. But yeah, I went over there and. Believe it or not, when I walked in the door, I did all the yelling as soon as because I was so hyped up. I was on 10. I was on the 10. I came in the door already lit, and they caught me like at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They caught me in one of the moments. You know what I mean? Voice was on, you know, and I walked. I remember it was downstairs, and I hit my head going into the little basement thing going down, and went in there or whatever, and they played the beat, and I was like, okay, play it again. Boom, boom, played it again. I was like, all right, where the booth at? Where the booth at? And went right in there with the yelling. As soon as the song come on, I know Martha, Oprah, and Hillary. That just came out. You know what I mean? I did that as soon as I walked in the studio. Like, so everybody in the studio already on 10 now because I just came and did all the yelling. If you really listen to the hook, see the hook, I'm doing it all over the hook. Mm-hmm. So if you listen to the hook, he left one of them up under there. But whoever that engineer was, you got to thank him because he took it out the front. Mm-hmm. And slid it to the back of the song because I was like, man, erase that. Come on, let do the verse. I told him to erase it, but you know how engineers is, producers, they ain't erasing that. So if you listen to the hook real good, it one of them that he left up under there. He ain't slide it all the way to every one of them back to the back. You can still hear me under the hook yelling and stuff like that. So yeah, I did that as soon as I walked in the studio.
Man, that was the fucking shit, man. You don't understand. Young 18-year-old niggas out here getting a couple tattoos. Niggas was feeling themselves. We'll just say that.
So I want to know how did your mother, like your immediate family, how did they feel like after all this time of, you going up and down in the streets and taking losses and all that, and then you finally make it. How did your family feel about that?
Well, my mom appreciated it, boy, because she got tired of coming get me out of jail. She the first person you call. My mom come get me on Tuesday, be right back on Thursday. Like, man, come pay the bond for me. You know what I mean?
Man.
But yeah, man, I think it changed everybody's life, man. Just to see me do something different. Because I was that wild child. Like I was the deal breaker in the room every time. If 9 people, you buy a hamburger, I'm gonna buy some chicken. You see what I'm saying? It's just I was at the crab place. I think it was the seafood place, and everybody sat down at the table, and I put this in effect. The dude came out with the numbers, and he set the numbers by everybody's table, and I just so happened to be 10. And we had a seafood place where they give you the bags of the crab and all of that. I had to order chicken wing, even though I wanted to eat some crab real bad. You see what I'm saying? That's just what type of dude I am. I'm that different, man.
So would you say you broke the generational curse in your family?
Yeah, facts.
Do you see any of your other family members going into a positive direction because of you?
Yeah, I mean, I basically changed the trajectory of what where my family was headed. Now we graduating. Now it's a lot of graduates and everything. Just give people something positive to look forward to. You know what I mean? You don't have a lot of positivity, in our communities. At the time, there wasn't a lot of positivity in our communities. So it's like, we stayed a mile away from it this way, a mile away from that way. And even when I moved back to Bankhead or whatever, it was the same way. Bankhead sat down in a hole away from all the other projects. So, like, we got our own store, got our own clinic, the Greater Clinic right there. We got our own hospital, Southwest Hospital, not Greater. You know what I mean? We got Harper High School. It's just Doug right there. You know what I mean? So it's different. We came from that hole, like it wasn't nobody paying attention. So it felt like my family and a lot of other families, because of what we created, was able to thrive.
So do you ever take your family to any of your shows?
Yeah, my family, that's all around me is family, period. The same dudes you see me with was the same dudes I walked in the door with. Like, the dude that's sitting out there right now, like that's my Ace Combo when we was just playing the Sega Genesis, you know what I mean? We played Cruising the World every day, Bro, I'll give you $2,500, I'll mess it all up. Look, hey, check this out. Where the rent money? I don't know. When all the money gone, we walk back out the door. You know what I mean? But it was like that, man.
You done seen a lot of these niggas come and go.
Yeah.
And your career has spanned for about
he floated.
You done floated for about 20 years, going on 20 years, man. Tell me from how you look at it. How have you been able to sustain and maintain when so many niggas just done fell by the wayside?
Wow, it wasn't easy.
You done outlived all the rappers that died. Still walking around, still getting money.
Man. I mean, just being myself, bro. Like, being myself. I always say, if you're original, then it's always new to somebody else. Like, no matter what I do, it's going to be new, because you're always waiting to see what I do next, because everything I do is original. I'm not going to change the way I rap. I'm not going to stop yelling and screaming.
Don't nobody have your voice.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop. Like, this basically my voice. Would you hear me talking? I raise my voice. It's Barbara! Like, that's my voice. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not going to stop being me. And that's the thing. A lot of people can try to be you or whatever. And I always say this, you can take what I did then or whatever, but if you can't do the same thing now, if you ain't build nothing from it, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's still mine. You feel me? Because they can see the flaw in your program or whatever. I be seeing people doing interviews or whatever, and then they come mad at me, like, because you thinking I ain't saying that wrong. The reason why they ask you that is because they know you lying. Why? Because he can look at me right now. I'm doing it. Like, I'm doing exactly what I was doing then. I'm even better. You see what I'm saying? And I've evolved in that process. You see what I'm saying? So with me evolving, he able to see you lying. It's like you can look right in the next man's face and be like, you lying. Why? Because look at him. He doing it right. Look, he doing it. Look at it. He doing it. Right. Like, you know, it's right there. You know, so now it's funny. You know, when you hear people say, "Oh, I did this, I did that," it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because I'm still doing it. You know, if it was yours, why am I doing it so good right now? I evolved with it. You know, I took myself to another level. I let you stay where you was. Now you still got that same, you know, whether it was a verse I was hitting or the way I was rapping, whether it was the way I was dancing or whatever, you know, I've evolved. Even with my dancing, you see me doing dance moves now, I done took it to a whole nother level. You know, I still won't do the same dance move that somebody else doing. You probably won't see me do the same move twice on stage.
But you got to be in shape, though.
Yeah, I stay in shape.
Yeah, you got to be in shape.
Lies and thighs.
Man.
I mean, the running together.
No, for real. Like,
Yeah,
you be hitting that shit.
Yeah, I definitely work out every day. You know, work out every day I get up. You know, I got a son. He's 6'5", you know, 220 pounds, 14, 15 years old or whatever. He play football and all that stuff, man. So, you know, I'm working out constantly. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Damn. Definitely, dude. Serious, too. And, yeah, man, you know, we highly active. Basketball, you know, football, whatever it is that we can get into. You know, I'm active.
Now, let's talk about, speaking of what you're doing now, because you ain't just doing the shows.
Yeah.
You done got into some shit. You done got yourself into some of these business ventures.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff these Caucasians done got into. You know, made you a little bit of goddamn money. Yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute, man.
Wow. Yeah, man. I hooked up with Crystals about a year ago or whatever, and we ended up doing the campaign and stuff or whatever. That turned into about 350,000 commercials or whatever. I think I had 3 different commercials. So yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
And you in the spaceship on the commercial.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Who idea was that?
It was Crystals. Yeah.
So they tapped in with the culture.
They
shout out to Crystals. I went to Crystals last night. I got me 3 double cheese Crystals with no mustard and no onions. Yeah. And I got the new hot and spicy wings.
Yeah, man. Crystals, they definitely for the culture or whatever. I think you know, they realized there was a gap in the community, and they definitely in the community. If you see a lot of the stuff that they doing right now, you know, it's inside of the community or whatever, and I thought that was dope. So, you know, partnering up with them, I thought it was a great venture.
What about cartoons? You ever gonna do voiceovers?
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff right now, man. Little series and stuff. I can't tell you the name.
No, I can definitely hear your voice.
I'm working on series and stuff right now, whatever, man, and it's dope too. You know, I'm working on another movie right now. I'm in the Zaytoven movie, the Finesse 2. You know,
okay.
I'm the director in that movie. I get up, Zaytoven acting crazy. I get up and walk off the set in the movie. You know, I'm like the disgruntled director.
Oh, okay.
He, you know, he tripping and stuff. So yeah, man. I shout out to Queen D4L. She just put me in another movie, The Lake. You know, that's gonna be dope.
Shout out to Queen.
Yeah, shout out to Queen, man. Yeah, man. Just keeping your hands in everything, man. Staying creative.
Give us some artists that you done wrote songs for.
Some artists
you talk about that?
Yeah, some artists.
The ones you can talk about.
Yeah. I mean, you know, some artists don't like to, you know, have their business put out there. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know which artists want to have their business put out there and which one of them don't. You know, I don't want to be one of them niggas. I did this.
Nah, that's real.
I put that out. I did. But, you know, I can tell you some artists that I work with that was dope, though, like working with Cupid on the Cupid Shuffle song or whatever. I thought that was a huge song or whatever, you know, when they called me. And working with Cupid was amazing.
I think it just went 4 times platinum.
Yeah. That was amazing, man. You know what I mean? To work with people like that. Who else?
So you on the Cupid Shuffle?
Yeah.
That's your vocals on the hook,
right? Yeah, I'm on the Cupid Shuffle. A lot of people don't know that. You know. Working with Usher when he called me for his group, who was that? One Chance or whatever, and we did that song or whatever. I thought that song was incredible. And he just spoke of Alliance. Alliance was, you know, a dope group to work with too. You know what I mean? I thought those songs were
What
great.
about K-Camp?
Yeah, K-Camp came in. K-Camp, man, which is amazing, man. He did a rendition of the Tatted Up, And when I heard it, I was like, wow.
He slowed it down.
This is awesome or whatever, you know. And he got a hot verse out of me on that one. I thought that was crazy.
Y'all shot the video to that, right?
Yeah.
And what about 2 Chainz?
Yeah. 2 Chainz remixed the Laffy Taffy and
I remember we was at the party that night.
Yeah, 2 Chainz so cool.
The Halloween party. He played it.
Yeah, he played the.
And then he dropped it a year later.
He played the song like a year before that, and he called me up, and I'm standing on the table, and I'm like blown away. Like I'm sitting there, I'm smiling so hard I can't even function right because this 2 Chainz.
You talking about when we was at the party?
When we was at the party,
the Halloween party,
and he hit me up like a year later, like, man, I want to shoot a video to this song or whatever, and I want you to star in the video. I was like, what you want me to do? He's like, be yourself. And so my comedy had started taking off at the time or whatever with the Instagram videos and the Facebook videos or whatever that I be doing. And I was like, well, let me bring this character, to the 2 Chainz video. So if you go look at The Neighbors Know My Name, you can be, ha! You can see me in there, going crazy. He turned it into a whole infomercial, and I'm like the guy who's selling the DVD. So
what you say about Jesus?
Yeah, perfect Jesus.
Yeah, perfect Jesus.
I just did a podcast with I think it was a Poor Minds podcast. Shout out to those girls. They cool as shit. And they named the podcast "Pray for Jesus" because I said it so many times.
Oh wow!
And
you talking about the episode?
In the episode, yeah. So I thought that was dope. And another song I like is the one I just did with Tyga. Tyga did the Miss Bubblegum.
Yeah,
and he put me in the video. I'm like every person in the video.
Why all these niggas sample your song and put you in the video? They know they got to put you in the video.
It was a hot song, bro. And then I like to look at it as I got so much character. Like you want to bring that to your creation too.
But I'm saying like it's a lot of artists whose songs get sampled and they online, they got grievances, they mad about shit. That don't happen with you though.
Nah, man, I love it, bro. Like
you was in the Thug video too.
Nah, but we did a version of it, but I don't think he used that version. But I'm in the original.
Right.
But still, like your sample shit different than everybody else.
Yeah. You got to call me in.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
a lot of artists don't get that.
You need a visual sometimes.
That's dope.
But yeah, man, I love it, man. I love it when somebody take what I was doing and and create from it. Because when I was doing it, I never imagined. And I like to tell people when even though I was in a group and shout out to Shadalo, but Shadalo let me work. Like, a lot of these people, I was in studio by myself a lot of the times or whatever, and somebody else might be in there and they making their songs or whatever, because we weren't a group. We was like solo artists. And when we made Bitch Can't Do It Like Me, it blew up so quick or whatever, whoever was on the song turned into the group. You feel what I'm saying? Because it was like 100 of us. Like it was a lot of people around. And so whoever ended up on Laffy Taffy basically turned into the group. You know what I mean? So when I made Laffy Taffy, I was just in the studio, me and this girl. And it just came out. So, when I'm making these songs, I wasn't thinking about it like this or whatever. So Shawty Lo let us be ourselves. So when I created that song, it was just because I had the space to create. So when somebody else build from that, I think I just appreciate it. I love it so much or whatever, that I can't even fathom being mad at it. You see what I'm saying? Because I own all my my masters, so anything that's being used or whatever, I benefit from it anyway.
Speaking of Shawty Lo for 1 second, because a lot of folks know like he wasn't rapping at first, and so you heard the last verse of Bitch Can't Do It Like Me. I'm low, up C. Which one of y'all niggas got that man rapping?
Nah, we all used to be pushing him to rap and stuff. And he walk in there one day, man. Hey, I think I'm ready, cuz. I'm ready, cuz. And we coming out with a Gatorade and everything, man. And he spent a couple of hours in there, and then this thing, you walk in. He just was that type of cat, man. His work ethic went through the roof. Like you come in the studio early in the morning, he already sitting in there. You like, what you doing? right in there.
What his favorite drink was? What, the lemonade or something?
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. I forget the name of the brand or whatever. Was it Minute Maid lemonade?
I think it was. One of those. Yeah. They say he loved that lemonade
with the brown label on it, whichever one it was. Yeah. He drank a lot of Gatorade or whatever when we was together. He switched it up a little bit around that time, but when we was together, we drank a lot of Gatorade. He need hydration.
Right.
Yeah, we was at Central Station We was at the pool palace. We was at Crucial. We was at here. We go 7 places in one night. You need some Gatorade to re-energize. Yeah, yeah.
Like a lot of folks.
Orange Gatorade. He drank that more religiously.
Right, man. When it comes to that dude, because you spoke on this about yourself earlier about your authenticity, about your originality, and I think what made him such a great artist was it's like, man. This when the done, I don't give a goddamn what club you go to in this city. You play that motherfucker when they say in front of West Side. Well, goddamn,
it must be too.
That shit don't even rhyme. That shit don't even rhyme. And niggas gonna lose their shit. Is that kind of what made him so great? Was just
I think it was.
He's just him.
Yeah,
you know
that's sound, bro. Like that's what I'm telling you. Just original. Like he wasn't a rapper at first. Like he just it's like that. Whatever you and believe it or not, we was bullshitting around. And I think that's what created the Shawty Lo that y'all see. He's so much of a businessman, so much of a get to the money type of cat. You know what I mean? It was a gap right there. And Shawty like, look, man, he telling us all the time, man, y'all, what's up with this? What y'all gonna do? Blah, 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 blah. And we going through our thing or whatever, you know, but we hadn't broke up, and then it's just like when that money comes, you already street niggas, like you end up back in the streets. And it's like, man, we gotta do this. And you walk in the studio, he's sitting in there. You're like, what you doing? I'm doing this. You know what I mean? And you start writing. And that originality, it comes from that. Like he was a whole new rapper with a whole new style. And it was all new. Like it was new to him. So, you know, it was new to you. And just like any other thing that Shawty Lo touched, it went gold.
He the only nigga that 50 Cent came and gave a bag to.
Right. Yeah.
I remember that. I was at a mansion. They had like a listening party. I went to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony Yayo, 50, G Unit.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro, how the fuck Shawty Lo hook up with 50 Cent?
Man, he shouted low.
If Shawty Lo was still living, bro, he'll be giving these niggas hell, bro.
Shawty Lo was built, not
He'll
bought.
be giving these niggas hell if he was still living.
Bro. He was built, not bought, bro.
Let me say this about Shawty Lo, because I watched the Lil Baby documentary.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of similarities when you think about Lil Baby didn't want to rap, but it was a part, it was like a 5-10 minute part where they talked about his work ethic and how he actually bust his ass to be a good rapper. And Shawty Lo walked so Lil Baby could run.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because is where Shawty Lo got to in this city. That's why, he came back here. Everybody gonna say that. Go ahead.
To Shawty, he was already there.
Exactly. The same way they were saying Lil Baby, he already got the money.
You can hear it in his music. Like all he was telling you was, I've been doing this. Because he was ignoring. So I think a lot of people thought when we came out with I think Shawty Lo with the Laffy Taffy and everything coming out the way it was, with us, people looking at us like we were some type of candy cats or whatever, until you met us. You seen us and you get in the room with us about 10 minutes, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
These
I
some
gotta
real
change
niggas.
all my questions.
But that Laffy Taffy was really everything y'all needed to get y'all in the game because y'all was so street.
Shawty was more on the tip, like, let me show you what it's really about. You know what I mean? Like, this what's really happening. You see what I'm saying? Like, because we was doing that, like I told you with the rocks and stuff. He's sitting there while we doing the interviews and people looking at, you don't know that I got a bag of pills in my pocket. And I went down the walk today and bought these Feli and these Dickies, and I looked at their bag to see what color they were. And then I put these colors on. You look at me like, man, that's some candy shit. Nah, bro, I can't explain that to you because we're in the interview. I can't tell you about these pills I got in my pocket that's all these colors. You see the bitch can't do it like me video. I'm in the colors. I had them colors in my pocket. Like, you know, I literally went to the store and was like, what color I got? It was a thing with us because it was taking off so fast. And when you on that ride and you up there like that, you feel what I'm saying? You doing crazy stuff like that. When Shawty came, you know, with his thing or whatever, he felt like he needed to, you know, let you know, what's really happening. So it was all black, you know what I mean? It was all, and that's basically what it was before that. If you go back and look at the first D4L project, it was all black, everything. Like it's 100 of us on the CD cover. We lined up in front of Barn Home. We all got the fatigue stuff on. And it's all black, like, you know, that was our whole everything or whatever. So yeah, you know, I think Shawty was just trying to let you know what it really was. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how you got that originality. You got that raw and uncut, that real dope boy. You feel me?
Right, because he had to let niggas know don't get. I know y'all see her dance, but don't get it fucked up.
Yeah. And we never look at it as dancing. We geeking. It's like the Holy Ghost. Like that way you'll never see me do the same move twice. I think I do the repetition now because you doing that one move. But that was just something I did at the time. And, you know, at that time, people caught on to it. And that was all you could do out of what I was doing. You see what I'm saying? That when I do it, I'm boom, boom, boom. You like, okay, well, he did this. You know what I mean? Because that's about all you can do. And so, I think that was the situation right there.
So, for what other business ventures, what other music business ventures you got going on right now?
Man, I got my hands on everything. You know, I got my hands in the CBD business. You know, so that's one of the main things that I'm doing right now. And you know, just getting into the movies and stuff. But I'm a creator. You know, I wake up every day, and the stuff you see on my Instagram, I really, really work on that stuff the same way I work on my music. Like, you know, when you see me doing the fashion shows, it take me time to put that together. I'm literally sitting there with a you know, ballpoint plan. Like I'm sitting there like I'm gonna put the belt on here. I'm gonna do this, and I'll put up 10 videos. You might not see them, you know, because I'm doing all kind of stuff.
No, you definitely working.
And I'll put up 10 videos. But if I get 100 comments, I don't like this. Like I get 100 comments, take it down. Like it's got to go bad. And if I get on Facebook, if it don't do 500,000 or 300,000 views, then I'm taking it down. Like I got to go harder. And so I go back, and you see me with the dog and the furs and the, you know, this is you know, everything, man. Like I feel like, you know, that creativity being there. I look at myself more like a creator nowadays or whatever. You know, I make more money off of Instagram and Facebook than I've made in the last 10 years doing music.
And they don't, and these artists don't understand that. Like, we talk about how artists, you got Drake, you got Snoop, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of prominent artists that work they social media, DJ Khaled, you know. But then you have these new artists. Last time they made a post was in August.
Man,
it's like, what the fuck is you doing in Fabo? You know, you been in the game for what, 20 years? 20 years. Like 2 decades.
I post 2-3 times
and you
a day,
still working.
TikTok.
And you following people.
And I keep losing my pages. Like, you got to think, this is my second Instagram page. My last Instagram page had 200-some thousand followers. This is my second TikTok page. My first, I got 22,000 followers in a week, and they took my TikTok for me putting out nudity. Like, I didn't know. And it was a stupid video where this dude was butt naked trying to pull the bump off a car or whatever. And I put myself in the car, and I'm riding by him. I'm like, hey, boy, ain't going to ride by him. Let me tell him how stupid he is. And they rolled by him, and he on the ground laying out like this right here, butt naked. Like, boom, they took my page. You feel me? They ain't no warning, no. So I had to learn how to be within the guy. I'm banned from live right now.
But if this the ceiling, if this the ceiling, you coming like, right?
I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. I'm watching other creators like Desi and other people. I tell myself, I want to be right there where they at. You know, that Country Wayne.
Country Wayne, he making a lot of money too.
I'm watching these guys.
Michael Blackson.
Yeah. I'm watching them do their thing or whatever, and I see what the bar is. And so, you know, when I'm at home or whatever, when I'm in the studio or wherever I'm at, I'm still trying to push myself to make something that's gonna go viral again. Like every day, like something go viral today, I'm like, oh wow, it's got a boom. I think the last thing I had go viral was me with the dude. I think I was doing the modeling thing where I had the belts around with the army uniform. I had the cereal bowl on my head, and the dude turned around. He got the white shorts on. I got the white towel behind me. You know, to see that stuff go viral, I really put time and effort into it. I think the one with the dog, you know, that type of stuff or whatever. And then, you know, the ones where I'm talking, I try to perfect the conversation that I'm having because you're not from where I'm from or whatever. Girl, you better get your ass up. Your mama gonna goddamn be mad at you out here with these shoes on like that. Blah, blah, blah. You used to hearing your auntie talk at the spade table like that or other people talk like that. You don't know that people where I'm from, this every day. You know, this every day. This is how we conversate. So, yeah, you know, trying to balance that to make it where you'll understand it. You know what I mean? Because we ain't from the same place. Everybody ain't from the same hood. And, you know, I was in Virginia the other day, and I was trying to get me something to smoke. I called one of my homeboys from Richmond, and he was like, I ain't here. I'm in Raleigh. I was like, well, where is that? You know what I mean? He was like, I'm gonna call another one of my partners or whatever. And I'm with my homeboy. We just got off the plane. I was like, all right, call him. He about 6 minutes away from me. He like, wait, I'm like, where you at? He was like, I'm in the jet. You finna pull up in the jet? Like, I'm finna pull up. Like, I'm pull up in the jet. Like, where's the jet? Like, boom. I was like, oh, these project. Like, boom. So I get over there, and it looked just like Great at Home. Like, I forgot where I was, St. James Street, whatever it was. Shout out to my homeboy in Virginia, man. Good love. And I pull up for the gas or whatever, you know what I mean? And we hang out for about an hour and a half, man. These folks love me. Just, you know, you thinking, you know, that it's going to be hostile, it's going to be crazy or whatever, but the type of person I am or whatever, you know, I came to kick it. You know, I came over here. I stayed out there about an hour and a half, and I remember pulling off. And he hit me back. He was like, man, you just came out here and kicked it all that time and chopped it up with everybody or whatever. And we didn't take no pictures. Like, they all mad at me because we ain't take no picture.
That's because you like, so when you're a good person like that, motherfucker don't give a fuck about no picture.
And I was like, I'll be back. I turned around and
they
went
know
back.
you coming back.
You know, I went back and took the pictures. You know what I mean? So, you know, that type of, and when they hear me talk, the whole time I'm standing there, they just laughing. And I'm just talking. Like, this is a regular, I'm talking to this man about regular stuff. He just, well, you crazy, because they from a different place. So when I'm on my page, I get that.
That's your gift.
Yeah, I get that. Like, so that's why I work so hard on the videos. I want to make you understand. If you went to college, if you from another state, if you ain't never been to the hood in your life, I gotta find a way to make my comedy come across to you as normal. You know what I mean? Because like, man, what this nigga doing? This nigga lame.
So is we gonna get some stand up comedy from Fabo?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I do it for the stand. It seems like everybody who do the videos or whatever, it seems like that's the avenue for them. They
but you can do that though. You know that, right?
Stand on stage and tell jokes and stuff.
I mean, you doing reactions, but
yeah,
it's like people be asking me because of the captions.
Yeah. So
it's like anytime you got that gift, you're not going to get booed like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely don't want to get gonged again.
Right.
Like,
no, that won't happen. That won't happen because soon as it's about to happen, that's when you can do the dance.
I like to look at myself
you
as
can
a
drop
character.
A song.
Yeah, I definitely like to look at myself as a character.
But you can host a comedy show.
Yeah, I can host a comedy show. I just see that every creator that comes out, it's like a lane, man. It's like they box you in. Like I know it's money there. You know, I'm just saying it's extra money.
It's upstream.
It's always extra bag or whatever. I'm more of an actor. I want to take it straight to the movie screen or whatever instead of having to work the chitlin circuit doing a whole nother thing.
Okay, so put it like this, because they got these comedy tours. That's the new bag now.
Yeah.
So you telling me if one of these promoters hit you with this Live Nation contract,
I'm going.
And they got 30 cities in arenas, and you standing next to Michael Blackston, Country Wayne, DC,
I can hold my own.
Tip.
Yeah.
You definitely got to go.
I feel like I can hold my own. Like, definitely. Yeah. I
feel like do 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, T.I. done told me to come by. You know, I told T.I.
You gotta go.
T.I. let me get with the ha-ha game, man. You know what I mean? Y'all put me on, man. You and K-Dub and all y'all, man, put me on deck. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Do you go to comedy shows?
Yeah, I go to comedy shows all the time. I've been to a lot of comedy shows. I go to stay at the other time, come in the corner.
Have you ever been almost?
Shout out to Rubicon, all them.
Have you been at the comedy show and you thought about walking on the stage?
I've been on stage. I went on stage. What's my homegirl name? Shout out to Shima Franklin. Shima, she brought me out a couple of weeks ago, and I went up there and did my thing or whatever.
Did you get stage fright?
Yeah, no, not really. I've been on stage for so long, rapping in front of my mama and her friends. He ain't singing that damn song good. Girl, tell him to sing the Al Green. Love and happiness, something that'll make you do wrong, make you do right. You know, so it's like I've been on stage all my life. It ain't on stage fright.
Because that's like comedy stand-up is like you got to be quick, witty, current events. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your punchlines.
Yeah. It was dope. I definitely felt like I it needed a little work, but I was comfortable. I was definitely.
I can see you doing that.
Yeah, I was comfortable. I just feel like everybody I see, that do the creative stuff, and it's different for them because, I got a whole nother bag. You feel what I'm saying, with the music and all of that. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm doing a lot of other stuff. But with the crystal stuff and all the commercials and everything, with some of these creators, they just be coming out of their house, off the block. So for them, this is how they make a continuous bag.
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? And I see all of them doing the comedy. I'm doing such. I'll be in Houston and that. I'll be on tour this week or whatever. Blah blah blah. And you know, the universe blessed me enough to.
I can see that, bro.
You know, I definitely haven't had a chance to get into that yet. You know,
you just got to start. We got like with Tip, he kind of showing us. I mean, I always been going. I always been going to these comedy shows just on the humbug.
You seen
like,
Tip do his thing too?
Yeah, a few times. I went to Alabama. They did like 3 shows in 2 nights, but it's a crazy bag. You know, right now Tip is like he a team player because he know like, okay, I'm in it for the greater gain. It don't matter if I get paid the most tonight. Yeah. But as time go on, I can roll out different.
It's definitely a different bag.
He got the Trap City Cafe.
Coming to it, but I walked in one place, the lady was like, well, here's your $250 check, and
No, but it lead to other things, because it's like, say you take those reactions and then you create you a 15-minute, 20-minute set, and now you got people trying to give you 15, 20,000 per show, and you going on these tours. That's why they doing it. That's why Country Wayne, a lot of them doing it, because they don't know how to market the skits.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if we can pack a full house just off skits. Yeah. But if you can fine tune it into a comedy, like
I was thinking more. You know, I've been working more on the podcast and stuff like that, because with the skits or whatever, I got characters. You see what I'm saying? And with the comedy and everything or whatever, I don't have any stage fright or nothing like that or whatever. It's just that I haven't had a chance to put together a routine because I'm so busy. You know what I mean? And starting a whole new venture is time consuming. You want to give your 150% to whatever you're doing. And I'm doing so much right now, whatever, you know, I barely have time to do the skits. I work on them days ahead of time. So sometimes when you see them, I've done them a week ago. I got hundreds of skits ready to go. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's definitely something I'm looking into. But with the podcast and stuff, I wanted to bring something new too with the characters and stuff, because I be riding in my car, and I think I was listening to Just Hilarious or whatever, and I sat there and listened. I was like, wow, she's just talking about her day, her life, or whatever, you know. And I was like, man, hold on, man, I'm finna give y'all Uncle John, I'm gonna give you Willie Albert.
I like the one you do when you. I think you had a contest. You was giving away bags of leaves.
Yeah.
What the fuck is?
I'll buy you 3-5.
Yeah, the 3-5.
It's like a hood game show that I like to do from time to time. Where, you know, if you walk out your house right now, and you know you go 3 houses down, and that house is a bright color house, I give you $100 right now. And
in the 3-5,
dude come out the house and run all the way down the street, and it's a brick house, a black house or something like that. And I be like, boy, stop! You ain't doing that! Get on my line, nigga! Like, he ran all the way down the street for that. So, you know, it's just, and some people you see me pay, you know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely, man, you know, wouldn't mind bringing that to the big screen, or, you know, bringing it to life on stage and everything. So
I always look at Steve Harvey as inspiration, because he didn't really make it until he got like 50 or some shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I love Steve,
and
man.
Steve is, you see what he doing now.
I'm always watching,
so it's like,
watching him and stuff.
I understand what you're saying. You know, you just stay busy, and it'll come.
But it's gonna come, man. I mean, everybody, like, shout out to New Face. You know, New Face always talking to me about the comedy too. You know, because I guess everybody see that the videos and stuff starting to go viral and everything or whatever, and you know that's kind of the next step, and I know that. But it's about putting together a routine and being able to get up there and deliver.
What would be your comedian name? Would it be Fabo, or would it be your real name?
Nah, my name $2.
So that's your comedian.
My name is $2. Like, that's what my friends call me. That's what my family call me.
I can see that on the headline.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody call me Fabo because I was locked up when the D4L CD came out, you know, and I had used that with the Raheem the Dream situation when me and Dro was in the group. And so when I came out on my own, you know, I wanted my name to be $2, you know, because that's my real name. Like, everybody called me $2 around me. Everybody who know me called me $2. But I was locked up when they put the D4L CD out, and so they put Fabo on there. So everybody know me as Fabo, but anybody around me, anybody who know me, they call me $2. Don't nobody call me Fabo. That's, you know, my personal friend. Nobody around me call me Fabo. Everybody call me $2. So that's my name. My name is $2. No, so that's why you hear me in every song. Stop $2, stop Fabo, because it's like I'm battling
personality.
Now we're gonna wrap up in here in a second, but we had Mr. Hanky in here the other day, right?
Yeah, Mr. Hanky.
And you said something like right before we cut the cameras on, you said something, and I have to. He went on a tangent about this shit. You before the camera, I don't even know if you remember saying this. Before you was on the phone, you said, "Hey, it pay to fuck the right people." Yeah. You said that right before the camera.
He said that.
He said that right before they cut the camera.
I don't think I heard.
Jeez, I
but that's real though. We talked about that though.
You was like, hey, I got this place. Hey, it pay to fuck the right people. You know what I'm trying to go ahead, cause this his shit. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, we had Mr. Hanky. He's like a
Mr. Hanky, super producer,
major super producer.
Producer.
Hit after hit. So it's like he's working with a lot of female artists.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find out if he fucking these artists, or if they trying to fuck him for the tracks. So we talking about this shit, and I'm like, man, I think it's important. Like Kodak Black touched on it a little bit. He was like, if I sign a female artist, I gotta have sex with them because it's like a liability. I don't want to put all this money into them, and then they get pregnant by a lame. You know what I'm saying? And my investment is bad. Yeah. So I just think a lot of female artists, they gotta be careful. They gotta really be with the right person in relationship wise. Yeah. Because if not, it kind of stunt the growth. Yeah. So it's like you can't really be in the music business if your man not knowing something about this music business. Yeah. Or else it's like you pray. Yeah. And you dressing like this, you showing your body and all this. So it's like I feel like they need protection to a certain extent.
Girls these days, they click harder than some of these dudes click. I'd have been in the studio with some girls and they in there with the choppers and everything. And I'm like, well, hey, this for real. Because they on that same stuff. But yeah, I definitely think that relationships matter. The relationships definitely do matter. I learned that early on. Some relationships better than money. I'll say that.
Yeah, because, man, in Atlanta, man, all these girls, they trying to do the music, and it's like they be fucking with the wrong niggas, and then once they fuck too many of them, it's like don't nobody want to work with them no more.
Once you get out there like that, once you put yourself out, I mean, that's in the streets, period, though. And I listened to a story there. I'm crazy to bring up the other podcast again, but this girl called into the podcast or whatever. She was like, I'm a college person or something like that, and I'm the scene that I'm on kind of dead. I've been in a relationship for 8 years or whatever, and I've been singing out for a year. I think I'm ready to get out and start dating again, this, that, and other. And the first thing came to my mind, she done fucked everybody on campus. And now she's trying to move somewhere. And she was like, I'm looking for a job. When I get there, I was like, damn, she didn't get paid for none of it. My mind think different, bro. My mind think different.
Mine do too.
So I definitely agree with you on that, man. When you put yourself out there like that or whatever, you definitely taint your situation to the point whereas, if you was with one solid motherfucker who knew the business and he can walk you through the doors, even if you're going through the doors and you got that talent and you're getting y'all both through the doors or whatever, if he know how to navigate, it'll be a lot better for both of y'all.
And it's male and female because there's a lot of females that date artists, up and coming artists, and they might hold them back.
It's a lot of females that already done been ran through before they even become who artists, they are. Right. And so you got a lot of artists that they just got the talent. Right. And you got a lot of artists that's standing around like, well, what's that? Not that album before. And won't even tell on her because she's so cool. So you got a lot of artists that done been ran through that's so cool that ain't nobody even gonna tell on them. Like, not now nigga that she met with because she was so cool. Like,
and they want to get it again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They hoping that it'll work. But it's clout chasing age now. I think anybody who been tapped gonna be, they're gonna be put out there.
Right.
Hey, Fabo, we appreciate you for coming. We want you to get the last word, man. Give any words of inspiration, words of wisdom that you got for us. Go ahead, brother.
Wow, man. I just say, man, every day is every day out here, man. It ain't gonna change. It stay the same. The people change or whatever, but the land kind of stay the same. I was watching, the Queen passed away the other day, and I'm watching the landscape, you know, as they driving through with the hearses and stuff. And it basically, when they get to the castle where she wanted to be laid to rest at or whatever the situation was, it looks exactly like it did in 18, you know, whenever it was, you know, when they built the 1500, this, that, and the other. That mean the planes and trains and everything, that stuff right there is the only thing different or whatever. So don't think you're going to change the world real quick and make the whole world change just by what you think gonna happen or whatever. But if you stay original, then the world around you will change, you know, the way you want it to without you knowing it. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's, everybody want to be you. Everybody want to be something new. So be something new. Don't be the same nigga that came before you, because your ceiling only as high as he took it. You see what I'm saying? When you original, ain't no ceiling.
God damn it. We finna end on that. That was good shit. That was a good one, bro. All right. For Bishop, I'm No Beard Chris. For Fabo, the legendary Fabo.
Oh!
$2.
Barbara! Ow!
ATL Top 20 Punn Intended podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We out here.
He said pun intended. I meant what I said, bitch.